W7 Live, we are live at Wauwatosa West High School for tonight's girls volleyball match between the Brookfield Central Lancers and the Wauwatosa West Trojans. Joining me pregame, pre-match. I still do it, Coach. I cannot break it. I've been even saying match. Joining me pre-match is head coach of the Tosa West Trojans, Kelly Dwyer. Coach, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us.
Hey, no problem.
So, Coach, certainly not been a fantastic season in the conference. You guys 0-6 coming in against the 5-0 Lancers. One thing I would say, and I'd like your opinion, it seems like from what I've seen, the girls are battling. Nobody's giving up. Everybody's giving full effort here.
Yeah, no, for sure. Our problem is just that we go up and down with passing. When we're passing, we play with teams. And you can look at the scores in our conference at that point. We go with 5 with Germantown, which Brookfield Central won 5 with Germantown. So if we can pass the ball, we can play with the better teams in the conference.
Yeah, I saw that you went 3-2 with Germantown, 5 sets with them. What happened in the 5th set?
The passing
gets you every time, doesn't it?
Yep.
And I would say keys for tonight, but I think you're already kind of speaking to it.
Passing, and more passing.
What's the impact of losing Lizzie Adam on this team this year? She went down the last time we were here with a ACL and MCL tear. She's actually going to join us for tonight, part of the broadcast tonight. So I promise you, no more bad juju from us.
No, it's a huge loss. She was one of our starting defensive specialists. So we've had to sit there and rotate about 3 or 4 girls through that position since she's left. We just brought up number 4, Peyton Como, a freshman off our freshman team, to step in there and see it's a rotating thing there. Who's ever passing, who's ever on that night is going to play in that position.
How do you defend against Wooker and Maddie Weicker? And it's they're solid volleyball players.
Yeah, you just hope to contain her a little bit. You're never going to stop her. She's too good to stop her. What you try to do is just try to make them go away from her.
Right.
At that point. Just try to stay aggressive on offense and aggressive serves. Try to get her out of the play.
And the hard part with this team is, and this, is you got a lot of weapons. I think Hamilton did a pretty good job of defending Wooker when they played, but then Maddie Weicker went off.
Yeah.
And that's the death by 1,000 cuts with this team.
Well, that's a sign of a good team. If someone's not having a good game or someone else gets shut down, there's one next person in line to step up and win the game for them at that point.
Back to you guys. Brianna Jackson's having a great season this year and certainly a leader on this team. Talk about what she brings to this group and to the team at large.
Just great leadership. I told her at the end of last season, I was like, I'm looking for you to be a captain on this team next year. We lost 8 or 9 seniors last year. I was like, and she comes in with the most experience on our team. She's a 3-year varsity player right now as a junior, and she's just done a great job. She's probably our most consistent player out of everybody.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, you got Shannon DeMuth, a freshman who's come in as a libero and done a fantastic job this season. A lot of growth from what I've seen this year out of her. Yeah,
she's gotten used to the speed of the varsity game, especially for a freshman coming in, having to play right away, because she didn't sit there and wait. We didn't sit her a couple games in order to put her in. She was in from the get-go.
Baptized by fire from the get-go, right?
So, yeah, she's done a great job. She still needs to learn a little couple things out there, but that's being a freshman at that time, and it'll come. I expect big things from her in the future.
Well, I talked to your girls just before they went on the court and gave them a little pep talk, and they seem pretty fired up and ready. They're not intimidated. They're going to come in and play 1,000% tonight.
Yes, that's all I ask for them right now. We just need to go out there and try to play our game, get more consistent in what we're doing, and just look for the next game at that. Just keep building. That's what we need to do now, is just keep building. So when it comes to regionals, whoever we play, we're at our peak at that point in time and try to get them at that.
And this is the time to get hot, right? So it starts tonight. Coach, we're going to wish you guys the best tonight and look forward to talking to one of your players after the match tonight about the big upset.
Yeah,
so,
nice. Yeah,
Kelly Dwyer, head
need a
coach
player of a game.
from Tosa West, our guest here on pregame. We're going to take a break. It's about 11 minutes until first serve. You're watching W7 Live, and I don't know the Brewers score, so
I think it's 2-0 still.
Still 2-0. All right, so 2-0 Brewers. Let's get that game over with so we can focus on what's really important here tonight. You're watching W7 Live. We'll be right back. Long 3, no good. Good rebound by Wormsley. Outlet to Reinhardt. Forward to McGrew. Off the glass and in. McGrew from Reinhardt. How many times will we say that this year, I wonder? I can't even imagine. Here's Wormsley ahead to Reinhardt. Here we go again. Reinhardt to McGrew for three. McGrew for three from Reinhardt. Ramsey McGrew is ridiculous.
And now for your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Brookfield Central Lancers. Number 1, Kelsey Brunner. Number 3, Molly Turco. Number 8, Maddie Weicker. Number 11, Isabella Fatima. Number 13, Morgan Garchi. Number 14, McKenna Forchberg. And number 15, Tatum Kemison. And now for your Wauwatosa West Trojans. Number 1, Shannon DeBoot. Number 2, Nadia Wheeler. Number 5, Mallory Inman. Number 6, Macy Carpenter. Number 7, Brianna Jackson. Number 9, Morgan Kern. And number 15, Erica Cladd.
W7 Live, we are back live, just underway, 1-0 so far. Brook Central gets the first point. That one's going to be in, point for Tosa West. BC coming in tonight 6-0, or 5-0 in the Greater Metro Conference. Wauwatosa West 0-6, so it's David Goliath tonight. 1-1, first set just underway. We'll get the scoreboard up for you. There you go. 2-1, Tosa West. And I think it's important tonight for Tosa West to get off to a good start and show that they hang with these guys. Brianna Jackson on the serve. And miscommunication by the Lancers, and it's quickly 3-1 Tosa West. Well, this is the start Coach Dwyer wanted to see for sure. Jackson on the serve, and an ace for Brianna Jackson, 4-1. In favor of Tosa West. Good serve. Set up for Wooker. McKenna Wooker on the kill, 4-2. Wooker, the freshman, certain to be all conference in the GMC and other honors. Had a phenomenal freshman season. And a point for the Lancers. Tatum Kebasek on the serve. Thank you to Kelsey Brunner tonight for spending some time with me to make sure that we got the name pronunciations right for all the Lancer girls. I had some issues last week, so Kelsey was kind enough to sit down with me and go through them all to make sure I got them right, because we want to get them right. Nice tip there by Wooker. Goes another point for the Lancers, and from 4-1, we're quickly 4-4. We're going to have a special guest in the second set. Come and join us on the broadcast tonight. A player from Wauwatosa West, Lizzie Adam, will join us tonight, and we'll tell her story as we get into the second set. Serve into the net by Kebasek. Tatum's a great server, great setter for this team, and also a freshman. You had 3 freshmen starting for the Lancers. Speaking of which, Kebasek on the set. And Turco on the swing, and it's now 5-5. First set, 5-5. Point for the Lancers on ace for Wooker, 6-5. I was giving McKenna a hard time before the match tonight as I was going through the name pronunciations. I said, now who's this McKenna, and one of the girls said Worcestershire. So we were going with Worcestershire sauce. And an ace for Worcestershire sauce on that one. It's 7-5 Lancers. She's a great kid. Wearing pink shoes, and we'll have some information about that for you next week. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, and very near and dear to McKenna and her family. Great serve by Wooker. Nice up by the Trojans. DeMuth puts it back in play. Weicker on the tip. She was the player of the match for us last week. Wheeler. Here's Kebasek on the set. Nice tip by Miller. Nadia Wheeler on the swing. Wooker is going to be out. Coach Dwyer having some words with the official. Not liking what he's seeing. 8-5 in favor of the Lancers. They're on a 7-1 run. Wooker on the serve. Erica Klatt on the kill for Tosa West, 5'10" junior. It's 8-6. Klatt on the serve. Weicker gets it over. Going to be a free ball here for the Trojans. Wheeler, Air Wheeler on the kill. Nadia Wheeler. I told Nadia before the match tonight I want to be saying some Air Wheeler tonight, so she promised me that she'd come through, and already off to a great start. 8-7 in favor of the Lancers, and an ace by Klatt, and we're tied up at 8. Boy, I love the energy of Wauwatosa West coming out here. If you were with us in pregame, we talked to Coach Dwyer, and you know, these girls are not one bit intimidated by Brookfield Central and their record and how they're doing. They believe with all their heart they're going to win this match tonight. It's 8-8. Great block by 13, Katie McCabe, the sophomore, 6-foot sophomore middle, and it's 9-8 Tosa West. Bit of a surprise here to start. Set up for Wheeler, and this time into the net. And she immediately goes, that's me, that's on me. Great kid, great family. Very humble. She's a really good kid. She'll be a great volleyball player the next 2 years. She'll be fun to watch. 9-9. Turco on the serve. Good up there by the Trojans. And the finish by Air Wheeler. She's feeling it. 10-9 Trojans. 10-9 first set, Tosa West. Morgan Doherty on the kill, but going to be, actually it is, it's in. Nice job by Doherty. We mentioned this last time. I really like Morgan as a player. She's a really good player, and I think she gets gets overshadowed by Wooker, but I think she's every bit a player as McKenna. She's a freshman also. She's the third freshman in that in the triplets, as I call them. Jackson on the swing. She's no freshman. That's a junior, Brianna Jackson, the leader of this team, and it's 11-10 Tosa West. McCabe will serve. Trojans up one, first set. Nice serve. Kebasek on the set. For Wooker. Here come the Trojans. Jackson and the block. Doherty and Kebasek. 11-11. Here's Maddie Weicker, the hammer on the serve. Nice swing there by Inman, Mallory Inman. Set up for Jackson on the swing, and a block again by Doherty. Jackson again. Too deep. Nice job, frontline block. Tatum Kebasek and Morgan Doherty for the Lancers. Both freshmen. 12-11 Brookfield Central. Weicker on the serve. Inman on the return for Jackson, and the swing goes into the net, and it's 13-11 BC. This is where you got to be careful if you're a Tosa West team, because it can really quickly get to be 17-11, 18-11, and then all of a sudden you're trying to stay alive as opposed to being in this thing to win it. Set for Inman. Mallory Inman on the swing. Nice set. I didn't see who that was. Nice job. I want to say it was for Peyton Como, and Peyton has just joined the team with Lizzie Adam being injured. And again, we'll have Lizzie here in the second set to talk with us about this team and what's going on with her, so stick around for that. 13-12 in favor of Brook Central. And that one's going to be out, 13-13. Boy, how huge would it be for Tosa West to come in and win the first set of this one? Inman on the serve. Wooker, boy, no defense against that. McKenna Wooker on the cross-court kill, 14-13 Lancers. This will be the libero. Brunner on the serve, and into the net, very uncharacteristic of Kelsey, and I can see she's mad at herself for that. She is a great server, great libero. 14-14 now. Brianna Jackson to serve for Tosa West. Weicker on the return. Kebasek. Somebody's got to get it over. Wooker does. Should be a free ball here for Tosa West. Inman for Wheeler. Nadia Wheeler. Air Wheeler's feeling it. 15-14 Trojans. Well, you're in a good position when you got Brianna Jackson serving and Wheeler on the front line. This could be a run here for the Trojans if they can take advantage here. Can't get it over. Another point for Tosa West at 16-14, and Coach Spees wants to talk about it. We got a timeout. Your score, the Tosa West Trojans 16, the Brookfield Central Lancers 14. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. 77 Live, we are back. 16-14, Tosa West. Brianna Jackson to serve. Wooker, again, just, boy, when she gets wound up like that, I don't know what you do against it. I was out there in pregame, and I was terrified. 16-15. And an ace for Weicker. $16 all, first set. Sorry, that was Kebasek, not Weicker, beg your pardon. Tatum Kebasek on the serve. Boy, almost another one. Wheeler, that's going to be out. 17-16 Lancers, so 3 quick points for BC after the timeout. And they take a 1-point lead. Kebasek into the net that time, 17-17. Again, Brook Central coming in 5-0 in the Greater Metro Conference, and Tosa West coming in 0-6. They went 5 sets with Germantown last week. Tosa West did. Serve just gets over perfect, just the way she planned it. Mallory Inman on the ace. I beg your pardon, that's not Inman, that is Macy Karpfinger. Macy Karpfinger on the ace for Tosa West. It's 18-17 Trojans. Boy, great serve again by Karpfinger. For Wooker into the net, 19-17 Tosa West. Timeout, Brookfield Central. Karpfinger on the serve for Tosa West. Nice job by Amanda Miller, the senior. Hello to my good buddy Matt McQuestion out there. Coach, good to see you. Thanks for the shout out, appreciate it. 19-18 in favor of the Trojans. Set up for Klatt. Erica Klatt, oh, just out. Boy, that was close. 19-19. Boy, kudos to the Trojans. They're hanging right with Brook Central so far. Wooker on the serve. Oh, boy, that was just barely skimmed the net. And a point for the Lancers. McKenna Wooker, 20-19 now. Oh, nice dump by Maddie Weicker, perfectly placed. 21-19 Lancers. Timeout, Tosa West. Wooker on the serve. That's going to be out. Too much on that one for McKenna. 21-20. Weicker, the hammer, brings it. Maddie Weicker makes it 22-20 Lancers. Here's Molly Turco to serve. Boy, nice job by Katie McCabe. Just a dump right over the top, perfectly placed. It's 22-21 Lancers. First 25, got to win by 2. This is Shannon DeMuth on the serve, freshman. Weicker setting up for Jackson. Oh, perfectly placed dump by Brianna Jackson. Love that. That was perfect. 22-22. That's maturity there. That's knowing exactly what to do in that situation. We're tied up at 22. First set. Set up for Weicker. The hammer brings it again. 22-22. Gonna have a substitution. Isabella Ledesma will come in for Amanda Miller. It's like a conversation going on between the officials. It's 22-22 in the first set. And we're going to have a reversal here. 23-22 Trojans. Point goes to Tosa West, and might be 23-21. Maybe it's 22. 23-22 is what we'll go with. Here's DeMuth to serve. The Trojans 2 points away from taking the first set with the Lancers. Set by Kebasek to Weicker. Great kill. The Hammers bringing it now, 23-23. Well, you can tell what happens when teams get in crisis. They go to people that they know we're going to be there, and they've been looking at Maddie Weicker the whole time. And there's an ace for Ledesma, who comes in and serves an ace right away to put the Lancers up 24-23. Timeout, Tosa West. Well, here we go, 24-23 Lancers, set point for BC. And this is, I think, symptomatic of Tosa West's ills this year, is they, play really well and they get so close and just can't quite get it over the top. And Ledesma with the ace, and the set goes to the Lancers. First set, Brookfield Central, 25-23. We're going to take a break and get Lizzie Adam in here to join us. So give us a couple minutes. We'll get Lizzie on here, and we'll be right back. W7 Live, we are back live with our special guest broadcaster in the second set is Lizzie Adam from Tosa West. Lizzie, thanks for taking a few minutes to hang out with us.
Yeah, no problem.
So tough break for you and the last time we were here, so I hope you don't think we're bad luck now.
No.
And all your teammates are looking over at you right now. Do you see that? They're all looking to see what's going on, right? So, bad luck for you. I know you did the national anthem, and then 5 minutes later, you're laying on the ground. I mean, what happened?
I was going over to get a ball that had been shanked, and I kind of planted my foot and tried to turn, and I fell.
The rest is history, right?
The rest is history.
So you tore your ACL and your MCL, is that right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, and my meniscus.
And so you got the trifecta, huh?
I did.
Mom and Dad had to be proud, huh?
Oh, yeah. When I do things, I do them
all the way, right? No halfway about it.
Yeah.
Got to go all the way. Well, gosh, it's such a shame. And I was talking to Coach Dwyer in pre-match tonight about, and he said, what a great season you were having, and what a big loss it is for the team not having you. But I know that you've been here to all, with the girls since then, and there for moral support, and that's just as important. So.
Oh yeah.
Thoughts on the first set? Just getting into this. I mean, it's got to be frustrating because you guys. It seems like you're always right there, and it's just getting it over the top.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we did really well for the team we're playing against and the way we've been playing. I think this is a big step, and I think if we continue to play like we're playing, it's going to be a good match.
Jackson on the swing, and it's going to be blocked by the Lancers 2-0. I was saying in the first set, it's really important that you guys do well early and kind of stick with these guys, and I think it's the same thing in this set. I mean, you don't want to get behind on this team because they really just seem to just feed off that.
Yeah, definitely.
Great return. Nice job. Brianna Jackson, talk about her, what she brings to this team for you guys. She's such a leader and having such a great year.
Brianna, she's a great person, and on the team she is such a leader on the court, and she does it all. And the game before last, Dwyer put her as back row like libero, and she just did it, and she had
amazing?
No hesitation.
She's a great athlete.
She is.
Well, Wooker, speaking of great athlete, Wooker on the kill there. That's Kelsey Brunner on the serve. I told Erica Klatt the last match that if you guys had won, she was going to be our player of the match.
Oh.
And she would have got interviews, so she was upset that you guys didn't win. Nice block. Looked like, is that Carpfinger? Yeah, Macy Carpfinger. And it's 3-2 now, Lancers. Boy, I love the energy of your guys' team tonight. You guys are, I mentioned this. Hey, they're 5-0, and you guys are 0-6. But, you wouldn't know it by the energy. You guys are not one bit intimidated.
Definitely.
And I think, great job. Erin Wheeler, she loves that.
She loves that. She does.
I think volleyball, unlike so many other sports, it's such a momentum sport, isn't it? It's one of those things where even like serving, it gets in your head whether you do well or not do well.
Yeah, it's a very mental sport.
Weicker, nice job, nice up by Jackson. Air Wheeler. She's had a great match already tonight, Lizzie. I think Nadia has.
She has. She's
just a sophomore. You guys got so much potential. There's so much growth for this team, and it's such a great future.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of younger players, and that's really, really great for us for growth.
Yes, for sure. Set by Inman, and Klatt on the finish. Mallory Inman, another great setter. And again, it's not and it's not a real glorious position, right? The outsides get all the love, right? That's the way it seems. The outsides and the middles do, and the poor setters and liberos get to do all the work.
Yeah, the setters really do so much work.
Yes, I equate them to like the linemen of football, the setters. If you don't have them, it doesn't matter how good your outside or your middles are. None of that matters. If you don't have the setter, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Taylor Alden's a great example for Oconomowoc. She's a all-conference setter, and they have great upperclassmen, but Taylor is a fantastic setter. Free ball here for the Trojans. It's 5-4, And what is the call there?
Double.
Double on the Trojans. I saw Coach Dwyer upset in that first set. What happened? What was he upset about, Lizzie? Did you see?
When he gets upset a lot.
Well, this was when he was having the extended conversation with the official.
Oh, that was about a back row hit.
Okay.
Because in back row you can't jump over the 10-foot line. So
right.
Yeah.
You know, he seems like such a nice guy, but he's pretty intense, isn't he?
When it comes to volleyball, he's very intense, but he does like to have fun. He is a great person.
He is. He's a great guy. He's just good people. You know,
oh, yeah.
He's fun to hang out with. He's been so great to us, and having us come in here, he sets up extra gear for us so that we can broadcast the game. And he says, "Hey, you come in here, you run the place, do whatever you want. Any problems, anybody gives you any hard time, just come and let me know. I'll take care of it." So
yeah.
we get free run of the place when we get here, which is one of the reasons we love coming here.
Mm-hmm.
So Lizzie, are you a sophomore? Is that right?
Yeah.
Sophomore. So what's the prognosis? I mean, obviously you haven't had surgery yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're waiting for the MCL to heal a little bit before they go in on the other two, and so.
Have they said? Do you have like a time frame on when you'll get surgery? Do you think? Do you know yet? I suppose it just kind of depends, right?
They kind of want it during like Thanksgiving break, because I'm gonna be out for a week.
Right.
During surgery,
yeah.
so.
Well, you got to time that during school. I mean, you got to get. What are you doing?
I know.
Don't give away your Thanksgiving break.
I know.
We gotta talk to mom and dad here.
Trying my best.
Yeah, I mean, do some homeschooling. I mean, do something.
Right.
Hang out. You don't take your surgery on vacation. I mean,
no,
come on.
Of course not.
Ask them. Would they go get their wisdom teeth pulled on their vacation time? No, you take work off for that. They probably would, but
they would.
And that's probably why they're having you do it. That's just that darn work ethic thing that just gets in the way of having fun sometimes, doesn't it?
I know.
But you know what? It does you so many great things now that you already know, but then as you get older as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know what all the hubbub was about. I was too busy chatting with you, but it's 6-4 Lancers. Wooker on the serve. And a little miscommunication there. I've seen that a couple times from BC tonight, and that's not, you don't see a lot of drop balls in the fireplace, I guess, as Coach Dwyer calls it.
Yeah.
The Economowoc, it's in the donut. But you don't see a lot of those with this team, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I've seen about 2 or 3 of those now.
Yeah.
You guys are rattling them, I think.
I think so. I hope so.
7-4 Lancers. Wooker on the serve. Oh, great serve. Wheeler. Nadia Wheeler. I bet she's got 5 kills already tonight.
She had a lot. She's doing really well.
Yep, she is. Also a sophomore. You guys are the same grade.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, ball drops. 7-6. Erica Klatt to serve for Wauwatosa West. Brunner on the return. Up for Weicker. Nobody there. Oh, hey, good up. Good up by Inman. Mallory Inman, boy, she laid out for that one. Point for BC, but wow, Mallory Inman, did you see that? That's sacrificing your body for the team. And I love that about Mallory. Again, one of those kids that's just a hard worker. He does not a lot of glory, but does all the kind of the dirty work that needs to get done, right?
Oh, yeah, and she loves it. She
that's
does
the
it
best
for the team.
kind. That's the best kind of those kids that enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Are you in other sports, Lizzie, or is it just volleyball?
Yeah, I play basketball and softball.
Basketball. Gosh, we could have done a basketball game with you this year. So no basketball. So, I mean, is it like a 9-month to a year-long thing? I mean, that's usually what it is.
They said around a year.
Yeah. So maybe next season?
Maybe next season?
Maybe.
I'm hoping.
Do your PT, right?
Yep.
Well, you're a hard worker. You'll do that. No worries about that. But you got to keep us up to date on how things are going.
I will.
Lizzie, one of our big followers on social media. We love that. Weicker. Boy, great rally there, and Inman again. This team just has a lot of fun, don't they? I
We
mean,
have
you guys
so
just
much
have
fun.
You look like you really just like each other a lot. It sounds silly to say, but you look like you just like each other a lot.
We do.
Demuth on the ace. Is that all your students chanting Demuth over there? That was for our parents, maybe. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem like you get a lot of support, in the, from, the parents and students and that type of thing for the team. Is that a fair thing to say?
We do. Our parents mostly.
That was Peyton Como on the up and point for the Trojans. She's fired up, Lizzie.
She is.
Peyton
She
Como.
is.
It's 10-9 Trojans. Boy, I'm getting goosebumps just watching this team, Elizabeth. I'm telling you, they are just fired up.
Fired up, doing great.
11-9. You're going to have to stay here until you're good luck.
Yeah,
You better stay right here with us.
I think just right here is
Yep,
good.
Yep, you're right here. And an ace for Demuth. 12-9 Trojans. Boy, imagine you guys won that first set.
So close.
Look at Peyton Cope. She is she is so excited. And she's just a freshman.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Oh, I think we had a double there.
Yep.
Elizabeth, how hard is it to just be here and watch and not be in it? Is that,
So hard.
I know you're an athlete, a competitor, and
So hard.
it's got to be just, you got to be in misery just not being out there doing it.
It's so bad. I was over there screaming my head off.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what you're going through. But then you see somebody like a Peyton, it's not fair to say she got an opportunity because of you, but
Right.
there was an open spot and she filled it, and clearly you're happy for her and excited
Right,
for
of
her,
course.
and again, just love this. That's the whole team thing that I just love.
Yeah. Very much a team mentality with us.
Point for the Lancers. 12-12. Well, no matter what happens in this match, I think you guys are going to get good momentum coming out of here, no matter what.
I think so too.
Oh. Coach Dwyer wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. It's 13-12 Lancers second set. We got a good one going at Wauwatosa West with Elizabeth Adam. We'll be right back. W7 Live, back live. It's 13-12 Brookfield Central. Special guest for the remainder of the match tonight. We decided she's going to stick with us for the rest of the way is Elizabeth Adam from Wauwatosa West. Suffered a season-ending knee injury a couple weeks ago when we were here. She said she's not going to hold it against me, that the first match that we do here, she gets hurt. So she's not tying it with me, which is good. So 14-12 now, Lancers. And that's out. That was Ledesma on the serve, Isabella. So Lizzie, before the match, I had to go over to the BC girls and sit down with them and go through some name pronunciations because I wasn't sure on some of them, and so they helped me out, make sure I got them right.
It's hard sometimes.
We were joking with McKenna. We were I said, "Who's this McKenna Worcestershire sauce?" And so they were all laughing about that. 14-14. They're good. They're really good kids.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys, you see each other a lot, and I know a lot of you play club ball and probably play together in club ball. It's you're competitors, but also, in a lot of cases, you're teammates too. It's kind of, a weird thing with volleyball. Basketball's the same way.
Yeah.
Weicker. Boy, Brianna Jackson with the up. Nice job. Here's Maddie Weicker again. The hammer brings it. I was saying in the first set and even last week when they played Hamilton, you know, Maddie's one of those players that when they really need something, when they really, really need a point or they need a big play, it seems like they look at Maddie to make it happen, and she almost always does. Nice serve, and an ace for Weicker. Speaking of which, 16-14 Lancers, second set. Lancers won the first one, 25-23. And Weicker into the net this time. And the substitutions here. Klatt will come back in for Como. Peyton Como looks like she's in like 5th grade.
Oh, I know.
But, I mean, she's fierce, man.
She is. She really is.
An ace for Inman, Mallory Inman. And she's all in, isn't she? Peyton is. I mean,
she is. She was very happy to get the opportunity.
Of course. But you know, you'd think that would just go without saying, but a lot of kids, they get into that situation. They say they want it, then they get into it, and it's like, oh my gosh, now what do I do?
Right.
Wooker! Look at this, telemarketer calling me. My baby phone. I have the world's smallest phone, what people say.
I used to have that phone
the
too.
iPhone 5. 17-16 in favor of the Lancers. Nice block by Wooker. I think they're going to contest. She may have been in the net. Or a tip. I think they're saying a tip.
Maybe.
And another conference forthcoming. I told the officials, I was giving them a hard time before the match. I said, you know, you guys don't want to be on, on camera all the time. And they said, oh, absolutely not. But, we've got about 3 stoppages here for rule stuff. I think they're getting a little frustrated now. We're done with this. And Coach Dwyer, Coach Dwyer is letting her have it.
He is.
He'll enjoy watching that on camera tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Brunner on the serve. Wooker on the finish. Boy, it was a great set to Wooker. Unfortunately, it was by a Wauwatosa West player.
Yeah.
Timeout. Trojans. Well, Lizzie, 19-16. I mean, you know Coach Dwyer. I mean, what's he saying in the huddle here to the girls? What's happening here? Do you think?
I think he's just saying like, go out there, like, just try your hardest and like don't make mental errors and don't like get too caught up in it.
And again, it's so easy to do that, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, because again, it's such a mental game.
Yeah, you make one mistake and it snowballs.
It does. It really does. This is my first year calling volleyball, and we primarily do basketball. But after calling volleyball, and I thought basketball was a momentum sport, and it is. But I mean, not compared to volleyball. Is like a whole nother thing. I mean, it's so easy for for one thing to turn into 5 points just like that, and all of a sudden the way things were going is completely changed, and all of a sudden you're out of the match. I mean, it happens that quickly.
Yeah. It's because you get breaks in between every single play to think about what just happened.
Does that happen a lot? I mean, do you see that? And
yeah.
I'd love to hear more about that because I wonder about that. So after a play, whether good or bad, there's always that time in between. I mean, is that what happens a lot? Is a lot of thinking about, hey, this is what I did right or this is what I did wrong?
Yeah, it's a lot of that, which is why it's such a momentum and such a mental sport.
McKenna Wooker on the cross-court kill. She's feeling it now, Lizzie.
She is. Sadly, she is.
I tell you what, I was out on the court pre-match just doing some filming, and I was with the Brook Central JV girls. And I said, you guys got to stand in front of me because I'm terrified of that ball hitting me.
Oh, I was scared, too. I was sitting on the bench. It was about to
Those
hit
are
me.
like missiles coming in.
Right.
And, you know, kidding aside, I don't know if you saw the game that we did last week with Sussex-Hamilton, and actually a Sussex-Hamilton player ended up getting injured, and there was a couple comments afterwards which I didn't like, and it was, you know, this is why, you know, that she may not have played in middle school. And not that, you know, her parents obviously could do whatever they want, but I mean, that people would talk about it saying that somehow she was at fault for doing what she does. She's an amazing athlete and volleyball player. You can't ask her to give less than 100% of what she does. That just wouldn't even be fair.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy.
I agree. That is crazy. You know, I don't think you ever say, you know, nobody ever says in football that, you know, Julius Davis plays too well. Nobody says that.
No. Like, she's an amazing athlete.
Yeah, she is. She's a tremendous athlete, and she's got to do what she does.
Right.
And you guys wouldn't want anything less anyway.
Yeah.
A great rally here. Oh, Mallory Inman. And Demuth is hurt.
Oh, no.
Shannon Demuth, the freshman. Boy, Lizzie, that's going to bring back moments for you here seeing this.
It really does.
Shoulder, I think.
Looks like it.
You guys are all so little. You need to eat more, I think. I mean, we got to get a nutritionist in here working with you guys. You're all too skinny.
I eat all the time. I don't know what they're doing.
22-17 Lancers. We'll check on Shannon to see how she's doing. Looks like the trainer's with her right now. What was that like, Lizzie? I mean, you know, going through, you know, what you beat on the floor. I mean, you know, during that time, you know, when you went down. I mean, what was going on? What was going on in your mind when that happened?
It was mostly just like a shock.
Yeah.
Like, I've never done anything to my knee. It's been I have very weak ankles, so it's been a lot of that. But like going down and just like not being able to get back up, it's just.
It's pretty scary, I bet.
It's really scary.
How were mom and dad? I bet they were terrified.
They were, but my dad's been through a lot of injuries. He played sports in high school and college, so he knows what to do. And
I'm a parent. I can tell you, I'd be a wreck on the inside and you know strong on the outside. I'm sure that's the way they were.
I'm sure.
24-18 now, Lancers set point. Boy, I'd love to see Tosa West win a set here tonight. I think that would be so huge. You know, just for the psyche of the team, don't you?
That would be so great. That would be so big.
Wooker, it's in, and the set goes to the Lancers, 25-18. It's 2-0 Brookfield Central. You guys played a match. I'll put the camera back on us here while they're going between here. But you guys played a match with Germantown, I think, last week or the week before.
Yeah,
it went 5 sets. Was it last week?
I think so.
It all kind of runs together after a while, doesn't it? I mean, you know, you guys won 2 sets, and Germantown's got a good team. They're 3-3 in the conference. I mean, you know, what happened in that 5th set? I mean, it had to be, I guess, you know, encouraging that you guys took them to 5, but also one of the things where you want to win the match.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't there.
Okay.
Because I remember my MRI was supposed to be at 9, but it got rescheduled to 5, so I couldn't be at the game.
How hard is it, you know, when you have losses like this, you know, to come back the next day and just, you know, have that positive energy? Is it easy to just get negative with it? I mean, I would think that it would be easy to do that if you let yourself. It's
so easy. It's so easy to get into that mindset of just like not being able to do anything,
right.
And that's where teams get into slumps.
Yes.
That's where our team got into a slump
right.
of not winning anything.
Yeah. But it's such a great group. I mean, you know, you can tell. I mean, everybody here, they're all. I mean, nobody's given up.
No,
you know, nobody's
of course not.
mailing it in. Everybody's given 100% effort, and you can see it on the floor.
Yeah.
Everybody's given everything they have here.
Definitely.
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Nope.
Like our team has always been one of those teams who just gives it all, no matter where the score is at. But I think we are inside our heads.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's easy to do, and I think especially you start asking a lot of questions like, you know, what are we doing wrong? Why isn't it happening for us? And you know, sometimes it's one of those things where, you know, you can take a lot out of a loss, even even if you don't win the match. I mean, it kind of builds on itself. And the next year, you know, you guys will be surprised. You'll look up and you're 3-2 in the conference, and you say, hey, people will say, hey, you guys came out of nowhere, and you'll say, no, we really didn't, because we knew we could do this last year. It was just this year. It's just we're another year older, and just it took us a little more maturity to get there.
Yeah.
So I love it when people they just came out of nowhere. Well, not really. Nathan Hale basketball last year is a great example. Everybody said, well, gee, they're this Cinderella team, came out of nowhere, shocked everybody, and they did. But, that was a build over time that the coaches, put together a team that matured year over year, and every year they won more, and then their senior year, a lot of the kids last year were seniors. They went, I think, 21-5 overall, and everybody was shocked. Look at Hale. But, again, that's something that it takes time. You got to build a culture, and it takes time to get into a winning mindset.
Yes, it does.
And you guys are going to get there.
We will, eventually.
Third set. I think if you're Tosa West here, I mean, it'd be important to score the first 2-3 points just to get out in front right away if you can. So siblings, Lizzie, brothers, sisters?
One sister.
One sister. Younger, older?
Older.
Older. Is she still in high school or in college now?
She's a freshman in college.
Freshman. Where'd she go?
She goes to Wauwatosa.
Nice. Does she do sports there?
No. She was on the dance team at
okay.
West.
Gotcha. So Wauwatosa, David Beebe, the head coach of the Wauwatosa Cougars, a good friend of ours for the girls basketball. Women's basketball team, not girls. We went and did a couple games at Wauwatosa last year, and tried to get over to do some volleyball this year, but the schedule hasn't really worked out. Here's Wooker, and I think they're changing their name now to like UW Milwaukee at Waukesha, something like that. They're part of UW Milwaukee now.
Oh.
So. Coach Beebe keeps me up on all the happenings at UW Waukesha. 1-1. This is Kelsey Brunner on the serve. Boy, nice swing by Klatt. She's another one. Erica Klatt, I mean, what's she like? I mean, she looks like she's just constantly has fun, but I mean, she's again a hard worker and a really good player.
Oh yeah, she's a big goofball when she's around us. She's really fun. But as a player, she's also really hardworking.
Yeah.
She's really dedicated to it.
Wheeler, a nice up by Brunner. Miller tried to dump it right over the front line. And the point will go to the Lancers. Yep, you're right. 2-2. How would I ever doubt you, Lizzie? 2-2, third set. BC won the first two. Boy, placed that perfectly. Tatum Kebasek, she's a freshman. I call the three freshmen the triplets: Kebasek, Doherty, and Wooker. You'll get to see them for a long, long time, young lady.
Oh, yeah.
3-2 now in favor of the Lancers. Kebasek on the serve. DeMuth back in. Glad to see that. Shannon DeMuth back in after going out with an injury. Wheeler, mishit there on the swing, and it's 4-2 BC. And this is where BC really just jumps on you. I mean, if they get 2 or 3 ahead, you'll look up all of a sudden it's 7 ahead, just like that. It happens so quick.
It really does.
Almost an ace for Kebasek. Now she'll set for Wooker. McKenna Wooker on the kill. What do you think of those pink shoes?
They're really nice.
They are nice, aren't they? She's styling.
They make you stand out.
And
as she does.
I won't mention it tonight, but if you tune in next Tuesday, I know you always watch our replays. We'll tell you the story behind those pink shoes. There's a great story that goes with it. Nice block, but points for the Lancers at 6-2. Coach Dwyer wants a timeout. We're going to take it with him. It's 6-2 Lancers third set. You're watching W7 Live. W7 Live, 6-2 Lancers, third set. Coach Dwyer wanted a timeout there. Looks like some of the steam has went out of the top of his head now, Lizzie. I think he's settled down a little bit.
I think so.
He was fired up, man.
He was.
Here comes the set for Wheeler. Brunner. Ledesma. And was that in? Looked like that was
yeah,
in,
that
wasn't
was
it? Isabella Ledesma on the swing for the Lancers. Everybody's getting in on the fun now for Brookfield Central, 7-2. Well, Lizzie, I'll tell you what. Oh, nice block. I'll tell you what, if you can't do it next year, I mean, certainly we'll do some Wauwatosa West games next year, but you got to keep doing this with us. In fact, next week when we're at Hale, you got to come hang out with me again next week when we're at Hale to do that match. So, maybe this will turn into a broadcasting career for you.
Maybe. Who knows? Anything can happen.
Right. Carpfinger out 9-2 now. Brook Central, and again, this is what we were talking about. I mean, it was 4-2. Now you look up, it is 9-2.
Yep. Happens in a blink of an eye.
Yep. And an ace, 10-2. Kebasek is in the zone, and again, we talked about, sometimes you get kind of that bad, momentum. In this case, it's just the opposite. I mean, you can see she's so confident right now, and that's everything with serving, isn't it? I mean, it's all confidence.
Oh, yeah. And, when you get a run like this, the other team gains momentum and you lose momentum.
Yes.
It's such a...
And look at those serves. They're just barely clearing the net, and there's just nothing you can do with them.
This is perfect.
She is feeling it. We may have our W7 Live player of the match tonight that's serving right now.
Maybe.
Do you think? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's easy to pick the outsides. In fact, I think I've picked an outside or a middle every time. So I think I'm thinking Tatum, not because she's not a, outside, just because I think she's having a fantastic match.
Yeah.
12-2 now, Lancers. Well, the Trojans here need to stop this run if they can.
Need to get it back up.
Yep. Wheeler blocked again. Ledesma and Miller that time. 13-2. And Coach Dwyer has seen enough. We'll have a timeout. We'll take a peek on the BC side this time. A lot more smiles over there.
I mean, yeah. You can tell which team is 13 and which one is 2.
Yeah, yep. Again, hopefully the girls come out of this with, take some positives out of it, because I think there's a lot of positives that have happened tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I love about Coach Dwyer is, I mean, you look over, let me put him on here if I can get him on. Ugh. Oh, okay, there he is. I mean, he's still coaching. I mean, he is like 1,000,000% still in it. I mean, he still thinks you're going to win, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he does. He thinks that you're going to win this match.
Never gives up hope.
No, he doesn't.
Be 24-2, and he wouldn't.
Absolutely.
Care.
I think you're exactly right. And how great is that to have a coach like that believes you're going to do it no matter what, no matter what happens.
It's so encouraging.
Well, 13-2. If you're going to make something happen, now is definitely the time. And Kebasek. So this is another interesting thing, and this happens so often. And again, I think it goes back to that whole time in between that we're talking about. How many times do you see after a timeout the serve goes right into the net?
Yep.
I've seen that happen so many times this year.
It's a tactic that some people even use.
I think you're right. It is.
Timeout to stop the server.
Miller on the swing. That one's out. Well, a little rally here by the Trojans. 13-4. But that happens so many times. It's so amazing to see. In fact, I think Coach Dwyer is the one that told me about it. He said, if you watch the first serve after a timeout, you'll be amazed at how many of them go into the net.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and he said that's one of the reasons we take timeouts is to try to stop that momentum because, again, it's such a momentum thing.
Yeah.
Nice job by Ledesma, Isabella Ledesma. 14-4 in favor of the Lancers. Wooker on the serve. Oof. God bless you, Macy, for going up for that one.
Yeah, she goes after everything.
She does. Weicker, the hammer. Her dad and I, Maddie Weicker, and her dad and I were going back and forth on Twitter today about the hammer and hammer time and everything else. We were having a good old time.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see all the players rolling their eyes like, oh my gosh, come on.
Oh,
We just want to play volleyball.
Definitely.
16-4 now, Lancers. It's been all BC in this third set. And, you know, this is what good teams do. They know how to close out games, matches. You know, they don't, you know, the worst thing you can do is let somebody hang around and win a set or two on you. When you're up 2-0, you got to come back and close the deal, and they're definitely doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the set for Wheeler, and a block again by Miller, Amanda Miller. And it's 17-5. Boy, it's kind of hard to pick one player because I think they've played so well as a team tonight.
I think they have too.
I hate doing that. I really do. And sometimes it's not always like the person with the best numbers. I mean, sometimes it's just, you know, I see somebody that's, you know, does some things that, you know, on the floor that, you know, don't get points, but they make a huge difference in a match.
Yeah.
Weicker, the hammer. It's 18-5. Well, this match has gone much faster than I would hope.
It has gone
so
much faster.
An hour 7. Oh, just like she drew it up, right?
Right.
That's when you know things are rolling your way.
Oh yeah, when it just goes right over the net.
And you always ask, and you probably hear this too, like, you know, oh, I planned it that way, right? I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Are you really trying to do that? Are you really trying to hit it on the net?
I mean, I don't think I've ever tried to do that, but
it sounds good though, doesn't it?
Does.
And then right
there
into
we
the
go.
net.
There we go.
19-6. Well, I think if you're Tosa Westport, you'd love to just get a few points here and you know, stay in this thing. And Ashley Watkins just hit Nadia in the face with the ball. And that's when you know things are going wrong.
Yeah, very wrong.
Wheeler with the ace. We're calling her Ace Wheeler, huh?
Ace Wheeler. Got another nickname for her.
Another one. I like Air Wheeler, though. That was my favorite.
Me too.
19-7 now. Wheeler again. Oh, good serve. Wooker to Weicker. Wow, super freak to hammer time. 20-7. What do you do with that, Lizzie? I mean, that's ridiculous.
I mean, you just, as a defensive, as a back row person, you just kind of like put your hands in front of it and hope for the best.
Yeah, I think so.
Like when you're in the right position, that's all you can do.
Yeah. Weicker into the net that time, 20-8.
Oh.
Peyton Como back in. DeMuth back in. Right into the net. That is Bridget. Is that
Bridget Waggy.
Waggy. Coach Dwyer getting some other players involved here late.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's just, you know, it's just a good coach. That's just what they do. Well, 22-8. Well, Liz, did you have fun doing this tonight?
I did have fun.
I mean, you did a great job. And
Thank you.
we're going to be at Hale on Thursday. Next Thursday, it'll be our last game, last match of the season. Watkins, I beg your pardon. We didn't really talk much about Ashley Watkins, but you know, again, you know, great server, and you know, just seems like a really good player.
She is a very good player.
A good leader too on this team, I think.
Definitely. I think our 3 seniors have been very big leaders.
Yes.
Even Chloe from the bench, she's really cheering us on.
Got to get it over, and they do. Nice job.
Good eye.
Boy, it's a good rally here, but you just feel like Tosa West is just trying to hang on, and it's time after time after time, and this time it's Molly Turco. Match point for the Lancers. We're going to take a quick break after this and get our W7 Live player of the match. Jackson, a good up by Brunner. Weicker finishes it out again, just like the last time. She gets the last point, final 25-8 in the third set. The Lancers come away with the three-set victory tonight. Lizzie, great to see you.
Good to see you
All
too.
the best. Keep getting healthy.
Thank you.
Come see us again next Thursday. We can hang out together and do some more volleyball and keep you posted on how things are going.
All right, I will.
Elizabeth Adam, our special guest broadcaster tonight. We're going to take a quick break and be back with our W7 Live player of the match. You're watching W7. W7 Live, back live with our W7 Live player of the match. It's Tatum Kebasek from the Brookfield Central Lancers. First of all, Tatum, great match tonight.
Thank you.
I had a hard time with your name last time, but I think I got it right. I think I got it down now. You know, it wasn't easy, but I think I got it. You guys helping me in pre-match really helped out, so I appreciate you taking the time with me. I need a lot of help.
Oh, fine.
So thoughts tonight? I mean, what did Coach B say coming into tonight's match? I mean, you know, Tosa West has struggled, but I thought they came out and played really hard tonight. I mean, what did Coach say coming into this match tonight?
He just said that we have to really respect our teammates and the other side, and we just need to pick each other up in hard times and just play through the match.
And that first set, I mean, Tosa West was right there the whole time. I mean, certainly it was no picnic coming out here playing this team tonight, and it never is in this conference because you got a lot of really good teams. So I mean, they were ready to play.
Yep.
So you know, you guys won the first set. You know, one thing I really like about you, and you know, it's easy to get you know, starstruck with all the outsides you have on this team and the middles, and because they're so good, but. You know, I watched you guys even in pre-match doing your warm-up routines and saw just, you know, the setting and how consistent it is, and you know how much pride you take in what you do. I mean, talk about that. I mean, you're proud of what you do, you know, as part of this team.
Yeah, I've been doing this for so long that it's just amazing to have this opportunity because my older sister Shannon was a Lancer.
Yes.
And I've watched her ever
Shannon's
since I was
one of our
little.
big followers too, so
Yeah.
she keeps an eye on us. I think she's keeping an eye on you to make sure that you're staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
She's at college now, is that right?
Yeah.
And where'd she go?
She went to Carthage in Kenosha.
Carthage, that's right. She's playing at Carthage, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yep, that's awesome. So, hi sis, right? You got to tell her
Yeah.
hi.
Hi.
Right there.
Oh, hi Shannon.
So, you know, you guys getting ready for regionals now. We're gonna actually do your game again next Tuesday at Brookfield Central. So when you guys play Nathan Hale next Tuesday, we'll be there, and then I think that's your last conference game. I mean, I feel like you guys are really in a good spot right now. I mean, do you feel that way? I mean, especially this third set. I mean, it was just dominant.
Yeah, I feel like we've been really pushing through the season, and we've just been thriving the whole time, and now we're in a good spot.
Well, Tatum, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Tatum Kebasek is our W7 Live Player of the Match tonight. And, you guys just keep rolling, keep working hard, and we'll see you next Tuesday at Brookfield Central.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. The Brookfield Central Lancers win it in 3 sets over the Tosa West Trojans. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday, October 9th from Brookfield Central as the West Allis Nathan Hale Huskies come and visit the Brookfield Central Lancers. We'll have that game, match, I still say game, that match 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock will be first serve right here on W7 Live. Have a great night.